Bronny James. Could the absence of LeBron James actually benefit young Bronny? Now, Bronny right now is a sophomore, and I'm not sure if we can safe to say that he's expected to get some extended looks under J.J. Redick's, his developmental system. Last season, Bronny barely cracked the rotation, as everybody know, appearing in really limited minutes, but he's coming off of a pretty impressive G League. And I'm wondering to you guys, is LeBron absence actually the best thing that could have actually happened to Bronny James in a weird way? I feel like partially, absolutely. When you think about it, this will be the first time in Bronny James' career that I believe usage rate will actually matter. Not as a cameo next to LeBron or because of LeBron, but as a young guard given real freedom to make mistakes. It's really sink or swim time when you think about it. Without Bron really dominating the offensive tempo, if Bronny was to get in the game, I feel like Redick could finally test Bronny in live NBA level possessions instead of just these controlled cameo appearances. I think people at the end of the day really want to label his early struggles as proof that he's not ready. But this month without LeBron in the lab, I think will be the perfect environment at the end of the day for trial and error that every young player and even the veterans of the Lakers need. But, few second generation players kind of get, that type of opportunity. And then you think about, the defensive blueprint, because we've seen J.J. Redick praise Bronny James before. Despite the poor offensive preseason performance Bronny has shown, Redick has felt like the effort that Bronny has given has been encouraging. He highlighted his defensive presence and his activity level. So, I wonder at times also, can defense alone keep Bronny James in the NBA rotation? I always felt like if he was going to keep a job, it would be because of his defensive prowess. But with the Lakers specifically, can y'all see Bronny James realistically getting in the rotation because of his defensive presence, or if you feel like he has that? In this system, his versatility defensively, I believe, already kind of outpaces his offensive talents. He is showing flashes of anticipation on ball swings and help side rotation that, he missed a lot last year. The eye test tells me that he's starting to understand the geometry of defense. And I believe that J.J. Redick, at the end of the day, he value guys who can guard up or down a position. And Bronny's footwork and his lateral quickness definitely gives him an edge. And the switchability, I think, is also a plus. I think the offense possibly will come. But if he locks into being a reliable perimeter disruptor, maybe Bronny James could actually carve out a role faster than a lot of people actually expect. And beyond the metrics, Bronny's biggest hurdle, is it physical or is it mental? Because I'm not sure where his confidence level is. I mean, we questioned that all last year. Even into the offseason, we talked about his mental, where he was at, how comfortable he feels. Is the game too fast for him? I feel like it's a little bit of both. The difference is Bronny's doing it under a global microscope at the end of the day. And this is something that a lot of young guards have to go through. But by him being who he is and who his dad is, everything gets highlighted. That's why this moment matters more mentally, I believe, than statistically, because, Bronny got to train his mind and survive the noise. Bronny's going to have to learn to, process the failure. And if you really study how his body languages shift after, a miss versus a deflection, you can see he's not really breaking, he's recalibrating. So that's what separates, I believe, prospects from projects at the end of the day. And then, you just got to consider the long term as far as LeBron retirement. It looms kind of large, whether it's going to be this year or next year. The day is coming. So, does Bronny actually benefit more from LeBron playing next to him or from LeBron finally stepping away? On face value, everybody would want your father playing with you if you had the opportunity. I believe we're past that, though. I think LeBron's presence has been a blessing historically when you talk about mentorship and marketing and just access. But his limits, and I'm talking about Bronny, every possession with LeBron on the floor or every headline tied to LeBron, it really narrows the space for Bronny to get his own identity. So I think when LeBron retires, Bronny no longer has to be the quote unquote LeBron's son in a Lakers jersey. He's just another young guard with the job to try to win and get better. That's the best thing, I believe, for his career. At the end of the day, the media storm will calm down once he produces. It's simple as that. He can't get a silver spoon. He hasn't earned that. But I do think that at the end of the day, maybe LeBron being gone could be a blessing in disguise. Bronny is definitely not ready to dominate in any type of fashion. But again, that is not the point. This month without LeBron James is basketball adversity. The kind that, forges real players. If he uses this stretch in time to prove he can defend and facilitate, and keep his composure, I think he'll be good to go. If Bronny James make it in this league, to me, it's going to be because, he's standing on business on that defensive side of the basketball court, and he's going to be able to move on from the king carrying him. But what do y'all think at the end of the day? Does Bronny have any advantages or benefit from LeBron being absent or even retiring when it's all said and done? I'm Seven Mitchell with Lakers Land. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all thoughts is on this topic. I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace. What's up, guys, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button for us so we can get this content in the algorithm. And also, please be sure to subscribe to the Lakers Land YouTube channel if you're new. And you can also purchase a channel membership for exclusive Lakers Land content. Also, join our Lakers Land watch party room on Playback TV for free VIP access to all of our Laker games and our live weekly podcast. That's playback.tv/LakersLand show. We also have merchandise available in our YouTube channel store, so grab some Lakers Likes merch today. Peace.